Is this TOS? That's a good question. It needed to, so it shouldn't be. um, hello. I'm back to see people dancing on my screen. Oh my gosh. Okay. What are you guys wearing? What are you wearing? That's a mage. Put on some clothes, guys. What the heck? Oh my god. The glint in Sheerfolk's eyes suggests she was hoping you might pass through. Well, if it isn't Haru, all around good egg and champion of, well, the whole world, I suppose. Word travels fast, my friend. We've heard all about your exploits defeating the blasphemies that plague the good people of Eorzea and Doma. Sadly, there are other fell beasts that yet want for slaying, but fear not, our efforts to bring them low proceed apace, and we have naught but glad tidings from our allies. Perhaps the most surprising report came from Werlit, where soldiers had led by the infamous Black Wolf fought alongside Alamigan troops for yet another hard-earned victory. Aww, guys out there doing work again. Reports from Galamod, however, suggest another blasphemy threat lurks in the snows, and we receive a petition for assistance. Strange, don't you think? When the effects of the final days began to spread in earnest, we encountered a great many monsters in Galamod, but never a blasphemy. And to make matters worse, they said the Gallians who chose to remain and rebuild had begun transforming into yet more hideous creatures. From what I understand, it was you and your comrades who brought an end to the source of the final days. Is that right? Even so, it would appear its effects will linger a while longer, until this malevolent influence on Akasha subsides. I dare say this won't be the last time we hear such sightings. As for the blasphemy, we have reasons to believe it is a great deal stronger than any we faced thus far. Your strength and experience will prove quite valuable, if you're willing to help, of course. Of course I'll help. Maybe we'll be able to see Alphino and Alizé. Truly, our contacts in Shalien will be thrilled to hear it. Though they did not explicitly request your presence, it was clear from the first they were hoping for it. Though, if I may be frank, I was not expecting Shalien of all places to be concerned with the present state of Galamod. What's with their strict policies on non-intervention? Perhaps we'll find out the reason before this is all over. But that's an inquiry for another time. I'll not keep you any longer. Once you arrive in Galamod, I should think the intelligence officer stationed there will be more than happy to apprise you of the situation. Have you found a Resión? No, I have not. I haven't. Keep your wits about you out there. To have eluded us for so long, this blasphemy is like to be more cunning than most. Don't I have to go all the way to Alamigo to be able to fly there, or is there a way to get there? One is here? Which one is here? He's at the bar. Where's the bar again? Is it this one? Oh, it's a Stydian. You're here too? I thought I would have moved on by now, but Vitra hasn't deigned to reveal the details of his request yet, so here I am still. Here I still am. But I can't complain. I have my own chambers and am being well looked after. Too well, even. I can't help but suspect they're softening me up for an especially bothersome task. Still, the food is excellent. Well, it's Justinian. Hi. The signs are all over the world, so you can find them easily. Yeah, I know in Shalien would be Graha and Kyle. Food is food. Yes, food is food. I like how these are actual dances. I can take you to all the main ones. Mm. And there is where the dancer class originated from. Yeah, I remember. The Beehive aren't real dancers. I mean, I guess they are. I don't know. But like, I meant like as in the dancer class, not dancers. if you understand what my drift. There we go. There are two signs in Golem mode, and they are in the underground place. I'm assuming that's where Apano and Alize are. I don't remember where everyone else went. I think... Where did Ishtola say she was going again? I don't remember. Ishtola went to visit her master. Oh, Master Matoya! Yeah. The whole library. I love this bow so much. It's such a good glam. I love bows. I love bows a lot. Oh my gosh. Okay. Enough of that. Let's make our way over to Golemo. Dad and Dad went to visit another dad in the underground with a spaceship. Eh? Good morning from your list. Look, you have the old mod. Questline took like 3 hours. I did know how long you want to stream for. Oh, okay. It's 4 AM. I don't know. I might end up saving it for another stream. If it's going to take that long. You guys want to just chill about them? We could read more stories. Don't break good man and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist man. They went to the underground space with the spaceship. Oh, okay. Stories is good. More stories. So, Doncred and wait, let's go back to Charlene. We could search for Master Apano and Alize later when we actually go round and about. Where would Kryl be? Is Kryl in here? No, right? Would she be at the students area? Hi, Winter. Welcome in. Oh, wait. Oh, they're here. Hello. Haru, how good of you to visit. As you can see, there's little change with us, just pushing steadily along with our works. A typical day involves tending to our commissions, sorting research materials, and liaising with collaborators. It doesn't sound like much, but it keeps the few of us here busy. And few as we are, we've been able to keep your chamber as it is. If you ever need a place to rest your weary head, you're welcome to use it. Ojika, for one, would be pleased. Haru, I didn't know you were in Charlotte. You'll be staying a while, I hope. Does you wonder? We've yet to receive a commission of note, and it hasn't been terribly exciting. The past few days have been numbingly dull, in fact. Kyle has me sorting endless stacks of times. I'm still working through them at the moment, but perhaps later we can go and have a meal together. Square Enix, you are really not helping my brain rot. I should like to hear about your recent adventures, and of course I'd be more than amenable to embarking on one together. Square Enix, you are really not helping my brain rot. Screenix! Date twin. Imagine. Anyway. Oh my gosh. Okay. We found 3 of them, and then you said that the others are Bancred and Urionje are at the station? Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you. Or is it because is it because of my behavior? You can teleport straight into the... Oh, I coulda? Oh, I did not know that. Well, I guess I'm running. Come on there, I thought that half an hour has passed and thought you needed to hydrate. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. If you tend to eat right there. Like how you can teleport into a zone from the main city. I see. I just didn't know this was included. I need to unlock flying here, now that I think about it. I don't have flying in... I need to unlock flying in, unlocked areas. This place is really big, beats as instead. Really? I'm saving my points for now. Save your points for when it's actually necessary. This really is a man-made office. Yeah, sounds about right. Morning. You're hunting for aether currents? Not right now. We're hunting for the scions. Oh, there they are. If it isn't Haru, how you been feeling? No dizziness or nausea or some ailment or other after the journey? In particular, if you're having hallucinations, it may mean that an alien life form has taken over your brain and an invasive surgery would be required to remove it. That was a jest. Did you like it? Orianji says it's useful for building rapport with your people. That was a joke. Anyway, you may have heard that I'll be staying on Ithries for a while. We're exploring all sorts of ways to make use of the moon, which means we're going to need to establish regular flights there and back. Well, I know not what errand bringeth thee hither, but thine is ever a welcome presence. There being no inherent urgency to begin our wanderings, Duncred and I decide to first see how far the discussions between the Forum and the Lopreds set, and, should it be necessary, lend our aid. In exploring the uses of the moons and ventures beyond the star, soon or late, other parties will inevitably seek to be involved. We must need to ensure that the tendrils of dark designs are not permitted to wend their ways into this endeavor. Fancy meeting you here. Come to look in on the starship, have you? I must say, it already feels like an age ago that we enhanced the vessel, Aetherburner, and then rode it forth into the great unknown. Sometimes I find myself gazing up at the starry sky, wondering if it was all just a dream. Once behind you, even the grandest adventures become but a memory. Yes, I too will also dote the two dads. If I can click properly. Anyway. Are we visiting Ishtola next? You don't have audio right now, Lamo? From all of this, I say Charlene is like what Garlemald could have been if the people used magic and weren't suppressed. Maybe. Thought the other dad was here, but oh well. Oh, are you talking about Fortuno? Yes? Oh, I see. I remember he's somewhere high looking down at Labyrinthos, because I did meet him before. I see. You can also find some of the B-Team Scions hanging around too. You know, the actual dad. What do you mean? Orianji and Duncred are totally actual dads too. Oh, there's Ishtola. Like old Louis, while you lot set out to save the world. Like him, you believe in your cause with all your heart, and like him, you succeeded. The spineless wretches of the Forum could stand to take a cue from your example. Now, as Stella would tell you, I tend to be swearing with my praise, but for what you've accomplished, you have my respect and admiration. Aww. Well now, have you come to check on Master Matoya? How very thoughtful of you. She appreciates your visits, even though she would never admit it. Despite her years, she remains as indefatigable as ever. To hear her tell it, she means to cite abandonment and claim the Enter Tower as private property. For my part, I'm glad to see you too. I'm only here until I find the tome I'm after in the library, so your timing couldn't be better. It's such a nice theme, honestly. People of Galamod itself were never oppressed, but they were brainwashed by the leaders outside the country. Outside the country they were oppressed, yes. Even people of Galamod. Tried to teleport to Galamod, it didn't work. Is it because I was in the instance? Lamo? Oh boy. It's okay. Hold on. I'm holding on. Why is everything so heavy? Holding on. Is there much way a theme or question? That's a good question. That would be good in the house. Honestly, yes, I agree. You get to in the cave? What? There's a frog that sells it. Really? Time to go look. Which frog would it be? Oh. This? Okay. Wait, hold on. Mushroom-ray orchestrion. Okay. 4 beans? I already had it. I didn't even know I had it. Talking like early on before Solus came into the throne and jump-started meditative elements. Ah, I see. You can't find potion knife? It's okay. Look, it's Euless! I didn't expect to see the twins in Galamod again. Like you, they risked a life and limb to save the world, and some would say they've earned a lifetime of peace and quiet, yet here they are. When they said that they wished to help us, they truly meant it. And if even outsiders haven't given up on us, then how could we possibly give up on ourselves? The road to recovery will be long and hard, but we will spare no effort. We'll rebuild Galamod into a nation that all can be proud of. For those who are still here, as well as those who couldn't be. Haru, guess what? Just the other day, I tended to a beast terrorizing the station area, and afterwards a family came and thanked me. And on another occasion, soldiers of the First Legion taught me about the medicine they use. It's unlike anything I've seen in Eorzea. It's not all uplifting tales, of course, but every day I'm afforded the opportunity to grow. If only it weren't so cold all the time. Wait, she's so cute. Alice, honey. I give hugs. You're so precious. Oh my gosh. Haru, you came! Words cannot express how glad I am to see you. We've just begun our work here with the contingent and local volunteers. Our foremost priority is establishing the number of survivors and distributing the vital supplies. As we continue our efforts, we will ensure that everything is done in consultation with the Garlean people. This is their nation, after all, and theirs must be the hands that steer its course. That is so cute. This is all the main signs. You can find some of the lesser known ones here and there around the world. I'm assuming Flamin's just constantly chilling at the little cafe area. Yeah. Flamin needs her rest. Yeah, she needs to retire, honestly. So back to House for Stories. Let's see where we're going to. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. I'll be at the house in a bit for story. I think I'm only gonna read like maybe one or two stories probably. Because I know there's a lot to story that, excuse me, that I can read still, right? Excuse me, holy crap. Hello, how lovely to see you. You are doing well, I trust. I've been busy writing letters to those who lent aid to the Scions, thanking them and asking for their continued support. And wouldn't you know it, I received a reply from Lady Amelinette herself. She invited me to visit the Levier estate and meet with her in person. I'm quite looking forward to it. Flamin is 37 years old, by the way. Okay, she may only be 37, but because of everything she's been through, I think she has a right to retire early. Flamin and Amelinette. Honestly, I'm... Look, I want to see that. I think that would be cool. Want to do one MSQ quest and just one then back to the house. What? Why? Is there a reason? Yeah, I agree with that. I just think calling her old is not it. Did I call her old? I don't remember calling her old. That makes you anxious. Oh no, Cypher. I would say save it because of its rewards. I was going to save it for a 6.1 stream. Because I was gonna stream the whole entirety of 6.1 at one point rather than doing it bits at a time. We'll figure out the reward later, no worries. Okie dokie, speaking of, yes. Gonna react to 6.1 trailer? There's a trailer? Wait, I wanna see. It's safe for me to watch, right? I can definitely watch it. Okay, let's get to the estate. Go and chill at the estate. The big patches all have trailers. It's called Newfound Adventures. Can I get a link for it? Should be safe enough. right, we have a table now. How cozy. Yeah, I know, right? Besides, child, nights. You might just forget and see all the pretty colour. What you need is a green screen TV. Lama, for real. Okay, so let me try searching it up on YouTube real fast. Final Fantasy 14 Newfound Adventure trailer. Hi. Okay. Are we watching the trailer? Yes, we are. As soon as I figure out how to, if I can put it on the screen. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the music. There we go. And then we can do that and that. Voila. Okay, here we go.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
This map is the keys to fabulous riches. But I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away.
This map may or may not be genuine.
Whoa.
Take heart and protect them well.
You're being spun like spun like a Beyblade. Holy!
I stand failing to live up to them.
Oh, it's fresh on. Eh?
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library.
Oh, his hand. Eh? Was that Fushida?
Witness the glory of the divine.
Wow. What? Eh?
A gift of flame for our
Eh?
children.
Did I see that right? What? Eh?
So this is the spirit of man.
Whoa.
Come, mortals. Enter my realm, if you dare.
Whoa. Oh, is this DSR stuff? Wow. That's the ultimate raid. Wow, that was really cool. Holy shit. Oh, it's Harshafon. Eh? What about the spreadsheet of videos that we want Luna to watch? I normally save those for maintenance. If you want to keep adding, I think we have a there we go. This link. Well done, Haru. You carried our shield proudly. Oh. Thank you very much. I tried my best. Oh. Okay. Next, we need the music. I'm going to try to find another one that we can use for music. Give me a second. Okay, we can do this one next. I think. I think if this one works, right? For storytelling. Heck yeah. Okay. Why is mini Xbox staring up to me? Oh, wait, sorry. I got Xbox. Thank you for visiting. Bye-bye. It's well above that. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There's no greater calling. Oh, ow, ouch, 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 ouch. What the fuck? Harshafon. Ow. Oh my god. Ow. I felt that. I felt that. Would it be better to turn the volume down a bit so it fades in the background? Yeah, I didn't know if it was too loud or not. Is this good enough for the music volume? Emotional damage. Hi Marukami, by the way, and goodbye. Thank you so much for... I'm assuming you gave me an egg. Thank you for the egg. Egg delivery. Oh. Better? Okay. Okay. Let's pull up the music. I mean, not music. Let's pull up the... lodestones. Okay. Lodestone reading. Okay. So, out of the ones for this part of the side story, the ones with thoughts unspoken, there's a total of 8 of them, and I ended up skipping to the 8th one specifically because Portia can't write. So, okay, let me just reposition the screen real fast. Like that. Turn that off. There we go. Can you give link? Yeah. This is it. Here we go. It's Through Fire and Blood is the title of this Lodestone story. Alright. Everyone get comfy. Heavensward air? I think so. A gasp escaped his lips when he saw them. Leathern wings, too numerous to count, beating rhythmically overhead. For a blessing, the dragon showed no interest in him, a lone shepherd boy tending a flock scarcely worthy of the name. No, their sights were set upon something more substantial, and they continued on their course towards... Oh no. Dread gripped him like a vice. He broke into a run, half bounding, half rolling down the hillside. Regaining the trail, he followed it east where the dragons were headed. To the village. After what seemed an eternity, the boy stumbled onto the muddy thoroughfare. All the way, he had told himself that the village might be spared, that the dragons had designed on some other place. But now the truth asserted itself. Devastation spread out before him. Piles of splintered wood and rubble lay where houses had stood, while haystacks sodden from the recent rains spewed forth flames of white smoke. His chest was ripe to burst from his headlong dash. Seeing the carnage imbued him with a desperate energy, and he broke into a run once more. Though the acrid fumes choked his lungs and stung his eyes, he did not slow his pace. Please, Helena, please let them be safe. Oh, I got another notification. That's what it was. The fury did not tear him. Rounding a corner, his heart caught in his throat as the remains of his home swung into view. The roof had fallen in on itself, bringing one of the walls down with it. Passing the splintered fence, he found his parents. His father's arm laid across his mother as if shielding her from the wind. But the scorched earth told a different story. Though a deadly numbness had begun to overtake him, his legs continued moving of their own accord, taking him inside the cottage. There, he discovered his younger brother sprawled upon the floor, his body obscured by fallen masonry. His face was untouched by the violence, his expression serene. At a glance, it appeared as though he was simply asleep and would open his eyes at any moment. He would have given anything for it to be so. All hope extinguished, the boy's strength finally deserted him, and he fell to his knees. With the trembling hands, he reached out to stroke his sibling's snow-white hair, tears drawing pale lines upon his suit's blackened cheeks. But the sorrow soon gave way to rage. He cursed Nidhogg and his brood for taking from him all that he held dear, and he cursed fate for condemning him to live on. Wake up! You weren't among the fallen, as I recall. A commanding voice tore Estinian from his nightmare. He found himself propping against a rocky outcrop. Through blurry eyes, he made out a male silhouette. His head swimming, he mumbled the first name that came to mind, that of his adopted father and mentor. Alberic? Nay, friend. Alas, the figure replied. We would have fared better had he been with us. Here, drink this and clear your head. Estinian gratefully accepted the proffered skin and gulped greedily. The water soothed his parched throat and restoring his senses. Pausing after a long draught, he stole a glance at the dark-haired man crouching next to him. His armor identified him as a fellow Temple Knight. By his reckoning, they were of an age no more than a few years past 20. Estinian had seen him before, but he had no name to put to the face. Since joining the Order, he had always been something of a lone wolf, spending contact with his comrades in favor of honing his skills at arms. My thanks, sir, Estinian began. Emmerich, and you are quite welcome, the Dark Knight responded, a hint of amusement in his voice. Glancing over his shoulder, his tone became grim. I fear we are the sole survivors. Estinian? Yes, it is Estinian's story. Mobu Espresso, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Wonderland. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Regaining his wits, Estinian scanned his surroundings and stifled a gasp. The scorched field was strewn with the bodies of a dozen knights, their armor blackened and the flesh fairly cooked. In an instant, it all came back. He and his unit had been dispatched to Evan Lakes in response of a dragon sighting. As they traversed hilly terrain, a massive red beast had descended upon them, half perished in its searing breath before they could even draw their weapons. Leading the counterattack, Estinian had succeeded in wounding and repelling the dragon, only to succumb to the smoke. Though the air had now cleared, the stench of burning grass still lingered. Fuel for that accursed drain, the remembrance, together with the scene of carnage, stoked the fire in him that ever smoldered vengeance. Such pain as I had suffered, I shall visit upon them 1,000 times over. Estinian turned his attention to Emmerich once more. I have a knack for surviving, whether I will it or no. He clambered to his feet, a wave of dizziness swept over him, and he nearly found himself back on the ground. Shaking it off, he picked up a lance to replace the one he had lost. Satisfied with its point, he turned to leave. After a moment of puzzled silence, Emmerich called after him, The Holy See is the other way. You are free to head back, Estinian replied simply, but I mean to finish what we started. You mean to go after the beast alone? That tantamounts to suicide. Besides, we have no way of tracking it. A knowing grin played upon Estinian's face. Ah, but we do. Behold, he said, gesturing to a trail of blood from the blowrates up to its underbelly. With that, he spun upon his heels and strode away before Emmerich could utter another word of protest. For hours on end, Estinian walked. The sanguine trail led him across hill and vale, forest and plain. At length it descended into a ravine, where it suddenly veered off and disappeared into a cave. Estinian took a deep breath and entered, his eyes gradually adjusting to the gloom. About 100 paces in, the cave opened into a chamber, and there, at the far end, he found his quarry, its scaly form curled up tight. I shall show you a nightmare such as you showed me. Estinian drew his lance, checking his grip once and again for good measure, and he charged. The flurry of footfalls roused the dragon, which reared in fury and bellowing a deafening challenge. In the instant, a stream of swirling flame burst forth from its maw. Anticipating this, Estinian drove clear of the withering heat, rode and regained his feet within striking distance. Unerringly, he thrust at the dragon's wings, tearing through the leathery skin. and was rewarded with a pain howl. "You'll not escape me again," Estinian roared. But his foe had no intention of fleeing. No, it craved his blood more than ever and came after him with a vengeance. So began a game of cat and mouse. The dragon lashed out with fire, fang, and claw, using the lay of the cavern to his advantage. Estinian succeeded in evading the worst of its wrath, striking back when the opportunity presented itself, and so the dance continued for a time, with neither side able to gain the upper hand. Eventually, however, the rigors of battle began to tell on Estinian, and his lance grew heavy in his hands. He must end this quickly. As it turned out, the cavern itself would be the first to succumb, shaken by countless wayward blows. A cluster of boulders came loose and rained down upon Estinian without warning. Though he managed to fling himself away in the nick of time, he found his footing scanty arms from his foe, too close. The dragon's tail caught him full in the chest, sending him flying into the cavern wall. He crumbled to the ground, the breath knocked out of him, and lay there limply as his foe closed in to administer the killing blow. Lucky bastard. His vision already darkening at the edges, he climbed to consciousness and willed his body to move, but it would not obey. An instant later, the dragon loomed over him, its molten eyes steeped in hatred, and time seemed to slow. He watched helplessly as the beast filled its lungs and stared into its maw, as fiery death welled up within the dragon's within and began creeping towards him. But just when it seemed certain that he would be engulfed, the creature's head lurched sideways, spilling fire everywhere and nowhere. Estinian did not pause to wonder why. Summoning what remained of his strength, he leaped in the air, and at the height of his leap, he became as one with his lance and descended, tracing an arc worthy of the Azure Dragoon himself. With the full force of his weight, he came down upon his foe. The beast shuddered, collapsed to the ground, and was still. Half in daze, Estinian took in the sight of the first dragon he had ever slain. Only then did he notice the arrow protruding from one of its eyes. Moments later, a familiar figure emerged from the shadows to stand beside him, a longbow in hand. Estinian frowned. "This is not the way to the Holy See." "I know, but I thought the journey home would pass more swiftly in good company." "You have my thanks, sir." A weary smile formed on his savior's lips. "Imre, and it shall be thanks enough if you remember my name, though I shan't object to a tankard of ale back in Ishgard." In spite of his exhaustion, Estinian could not help returning his grin. Aww. Aww, and this was when they became friends. Heck yeah. Well, such a tiny thing. Oh wait, I forgot to say. I moved on to the next story, and the title of the story is The Dreamer and the Dream. And from the looks of it, it's talking about Isao. And now Estinian tries to hide from Imre. Yeah. Absolutely hilarious I find it absolutely hilarious. Maybe I should have snacks or something first. Before I continue, I'm gonna start on some cookies. I'm a little hungry. He's a shy submit here, that is Damien. For real though, he is. Cookies, yes. I might have forgotten to change the whole code thing. Give me a second while I change that. Break time. There we go. We got cookies and lots of water. Maybe I should make myself some food. Will probably be smart. Think you'll be up long after stream? Probably. What's up? Why? Nom nom. Would it be worth eating if you'd be going to bed soon after, but if you'll be up for a while, then maybe so. Yeah. It also doesn't help that I literally had one meal today. So I was kind of debating. Maybe I should get food. No, what? I woke up late today. I'm never gonna get food. I mean, it's not like... Yeah, I had one meal, but like... I did snack on some stuff. Like, before stream. So it's not like I'm actually, you know... not eating. Got food on the table. Yeah, we got food on the table. I slept until like something p.m. I slept until like 3 p.m. Woke up and I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to pick up my glasses today. We went to go get glasses and bought some more dumplings that I can steam up for if I'm ever hungry. To which I'm probably gonna steam some dumplings, not gonna lie. Low key, I'm getting hungry. So hello Sonic, welcome in. Do we have any mods? Can we get a shout out for Sonic, please? Sounds good? Yeah. You didn't sleep in the morning because people had we had people coming over to fix the AC. Understandable. Should put repics in the Discord. Maybe. We'll see. Alright. I'm gonna go get some steam and some dumplings started on the steaming. So I actually have food. I'll be back. Thank you. No problem. Okay, hello, I am back. And the food is, currently steam. I just started the steamer, so hopefully my food will cook soon. Yeah. Welcome back, Luna. Thank you. Just time to get squats in. If I wanted that kind of food, I'd order delivery to my room, not here at story time. Eh? Ardent, quit ruining the food. What happened when I was gone? Oh, hello. Hi, Strider. How are you doing? Welcome in. Reddit became a Twitch hot tub streamer. Eh? Really? How did that happen? What? Reddit was just trying to get some squats before the story continues. I see. Table squats. Look at chat. Say chat, Lena. Okay. I will. Dye your shirt grey and fancy's black, and it would be the same. What the fuck? Hello, Twitch streamer. Totally normal. You should be in a bathtub with the market. Eh? Lenny, thank you for downloading. Big. I put your name on my. What the fuck? Arden, what am I reading? You go into a hot swing and cook an egg, turn on the stream and go AFK. Laser. Laser, honey. What the fuck? You go into a hot spring and cook and turn on the stream and go AFK. Oh no. Laser looking like Tifa. Honestly, yeah. That's a really nice look. Not gonna lie. Okay, I'm going to read the cell story, the dreamer and the dream, and then afterwards I'll see if my food is ready. Then we can just vibe some more. But don't you ever to Vera sounds kind of sus. It does sound kind of sus. Hello, hi Pooza, welcome in. How you doing? The stretch mode is even more sus. Oh no. Oh no. I had a stream that was just like me on Twitch and posted it in media channel. Oh, I see. Want to hear? Is it vibe? Strider, what the fuck? Strider, what the fuck? So I found out the ears from the Heavensward boss actually wiggle with head movement. Yeah, it does. Oh, that does sound sus. What the heck? Hold on. I think I have it in one of my glam plates. Yeah. And then if I sit down in Lala and just swing side to side, the ears... No, they don't wiggle. Never mind. I thought they did. I guess not. How are you doing, Strider? Welcome in. I do like the wiggles though, they're really cute. Finally my semester is ending, I couldn't even bathe. Congrats on finishing your semester! I'm proud of you. That's a nice FC house, thank you, I appreciate it. Right. Now, The Dreamer and the Dream is the story that we are about to read, and it's about Isel. Such a tiny thing, Isel thought as she cradled the crystal in her palm. Like the purest water turned to ice, she squeezed it with all her might, then slowly opened her hand, turning her gaze to the heavens. She sighed and continued onward. Across the cracked cobbles and up the ancient steps. When last I walked this path, I was not alone. Though the ancient ark and the overfallen stone, the defender, the diplomat, the dragoon, and the dreamer. Past the spinning aetherites and towards the winding ramp. How far we traveled, and all for naught. Oh, this was like after we fought to Isel, I'm assuming. Before the whole entire. We're going to Azazla. 'Tis but a shade conjured by thine own fancy. Zenith was where it had all come to an end, where her beloved had named her an impostor and a fool, where her companions had turned their backs on peace. How desperately we yearn for that which we have lost. Hear, feel, think. She has sought refuge from the snows in the Dravonian forelands, and while wandering those unfamiliar fields, had chanced upon the great worm, Fleisvogr, descended from the heavens to hunt. But was this too somehow her design? Though his memories she had glimpsed the truth behind a 1,000-year lie, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister. What could I do but speak out? And so, after years of hushed half-heresies, of coded missives, and midnight gatherings, she had gained a flock. Redemption is not beyond us, my friends. Come and hear the truth. Come and hear the Lady Iceheart speak. Spread the truth and cast down those who concealed it. I was so certain that would be enough. Men have ever been fond of lies. Isel felt Fleisvoger's eyes upon her as his voice resounded in her mind, each word a dagger to her heart. She could not bear to look. I had to believe. She knew not what the all-done intentions were, but we've come too far to turn back now. And so the bargain was struck, and the merchant furnished them with the supplies and the information they required. While the Lord Commander and his allies celebrated their victory, they would finish what Bishop had begun. And so we did. Fire and blood, and screams. So many screams. Mine own joined the chorus, calling for order, calling for justice. But there is none to be had. Men fight, men run, men die. Without reason, without logic. I speak, but they do not listen. I see the girl, no more than 10, hiding amongst the rubble. The wyvern sees her too. I beg, I plead, I pray. I pray. At last, she spoke. I twisted your memories into a fantasy of mine own creation to further my selfish dreams. Is this why thou art come? To beg forgiveness? No, she replied. raising her head to meet his gaze. I am come to atone. As I came before with the ones I thought mine enemies, they were truer allies than any of in the hate-filled horde. I would go to them, to the warrior of light and the others. I would aid their cause once more, but I know not whither they have gone. The great worm regarded her silently for a time. The dragoon beareth my brood brother's eye to as his laugh, and its twin. So you can't sense them, she said with a hint of accusation. I beseech you, then, deliver me to my comrades. Let me join in their fight. Leisberger bared his teeth ever so slightly. Was that a smile? Such power was never meant for man, yet never shall he convey it. Convey. Hast thou the strength to deny him his desire? She felt the familiar angles in her pouch, drawing comforts from the crystal's coolness. Such a tiny thing. I have, she said at length. Lend me your wings, Leisberger. Scarcely had she uttered the words when she found herself in a mind not her own. In azure skies we soar, her laughter music to my ears, as I fold my wings and turn into a dive. She clutches me tightly, pressing her face against my back. Lend me your wings, she had asked, though they are hers to command. My gentle Shiva. Oh! Oh! Wait. Oh! Oh! Wait! But... No! That means he knew, right? Isel blinked. The red worm expression was unreadable. He knows. Leisberger lowered his head, and she clambered onto his back without a word. I spread my wings, tense my legs, and push. Yes, I remember. She tried desperately to forget. The hours slipped by as the skies grew dark and cloudy. In the distance, a light shone. That light should portend such darkness. Leisberger's voice came to her. He draweth upon the eye's power. As they drew closer, she could discern a small airship at the center of a mass, swirling ether. The reddish-black maelstrom grew in intensity, accompanied by a rising hum, then suddenly winked out as the sound of breaking glass echoed round the heavens. We must hurry, Isel yelled, straining to be heard above the cacophony. Below them, look! A massive Garlean airship rose from the depths and positioned itself behind the smaller airship. In an instant, the air was thick with cannon fire. No, not like this. Not like this! Well, you're only streaming for 6 hours. 6 hours is around my regular stream time. Yeah. Oh, she's clutching her crystal as she flies on Leisberger. Oh my gosh. The time is come to use Heidelin's gift, she whispered, drawing the crystal from her pouch. Much blood has been spilled in my name, and for what? A false cause that I created for want of warmth of companionship. She clutched it to her breast, and felt the code seep into her skin. Saint Shiva, Leisberger, pray forgive this fool. But even now, I cannot let go of my dream. My dream of a tomorrow in which no child need freeze alone in the snow. Oh my gosh. When does this take place? Before her sacrifice, the moment she prayed for Leisberger to take her to us so that she can fight with us, and it's the whole entire situation before her death. Yeah. With a roar, Leisvogr bore her high above the battleship. With a breath, Isel closed her eyes and let go. Never again would I harm another, I swore. Never again would death stain my conscience. Isel felt him slip away as she fell, and 1,000 fires blossomed around her. Slowly, she opened her eyes. Thank you, Leisvogr, and forgive me. And then she spoke. A god is born of mine own hopes and dreams. For the last time, I beseech you, fill this vessel with your light. Still the hatred within our hearts, and bless us with eternal grace. The crystal melts into light, and we were whole again. Warm, my mind grows cloudy, my essence fades. But I hold fast to the memories. In azure skies, we soar once more. Oh, Isel! Fare you well, my lady. Oh, I do wish I was in this room in the game currently. Honestly, same. It looks so comfy. It looks like the next one is about Francel with the story, maybe with Hoshifong. Vows Unbroken. Imagine a big sleepover here. Don't forget, you're a streamer. You're a steamer. Yeah. There's Arion, Isel, and Shiva in the background with my phone back. Isel and Shiva is... Oh. Wait. You're in your... They're your phone's background? Imagine a whole wall of manga like this. That's actually something I wish. There's a reason. Oh! There's a reason with Shell and Shiva, your background's on your phone. Gotcha. Oh my gosh. Isel. We love Isel. No. Wow. Imagine if she was still here with us, and she would have been able to witness Razat Khan with Vitra being able to live amongst his people. Oh my gosh. Typing and playing at the same time is not my strength. No worries, you're good. Luna will be giving invitations to my anniversary later today. Oh, yeah. Ping me on the Discord. And when I'm awake, I will respond. Yeah. Isel would love Razat Khan and post-war Ishgard. Yes, she definitely would have. Oh my gosh. I wanted to see Isel become a second dragoon alongside Estinian. Twin dragon knights. Imagine it. Aw. She and Vitra would have gotten on very well. Though we don't need another white-haired Elysian in the Scions. What do you mean? We totally do. But isn't hers more like silver? But I guess Ryonje is also silver, huh? Okay, I'm gonna check my steamer real fast. I think my food is good and ready to go. So, what I think I will do is I'm going to read one more story, and then we're gonna end stream, so that I can go eat. We already have 3, technically 4, counting Urianger, Whitehair, Elysian, and Silence. Excuse me. Eat. What's with the quote-unquote eat? I steamed some dumplings. Mr. Wolfskin? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Wonderland. Hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you, thank you. What you got for food? Dumplings! I'm steaming dumplings up. I'm happy. I really like dumplings. Okay, so last story for this stream is called Vows Unbroken. And I can already tell it's going to make me really, really emotional. Just because the very first... You see the picture right there, and it's a Francel kneeling right in front of Poshofont's grave. Like, bruh. Oh my god. I want to make chicken patties, but it's too early in the morning, so I didn't wake the house trying. Oh. I offer head parts. I try to be as quiet as I possibly can, but I'm generally a loud person. Okay. Vows Unbroken. The wind nipped at the young man's face as he trudged up the path towards the stones. Fresh lilies clasped tightly in hand. Another blizzard on the way, he thought. The worst is yet to come. All too soon, he arrived, as he knelt to replace yesterday's offering. Francel's eyes drifted to the shield leaning against the marker. A red unicorn, erased and weathered in thorns. And below, he shuddered and looked away. You just couldn't help yourself, could you? He muttered through clenching teeth, twisting and crushing the flowers in his hands until there was nothing left. 15. 16 years now, Francel reflected. A boy of 6 summers, yet nevertheless old enough to assume his social responsibilities. Father had told him the dinner party at Forton Manor was to be the first of many. The lords and ladies had treated him with predictable kindness as he made his rounds with the Count, carefully repeating the phrases he had been taught. This one is a baron, but you mustn't address him as such in person, his father whispered as they moved on. That one is sworn to our house. You met him when you were... It was altogether too much. But he pressed on as instructed, until he had spoken with every individual of standing. Utterly spent, he duly begged his father for a moment's respite and was surprised to find him amenable to the request, moved by my efforts or mayhap the wine. After the Count set him free, Francel made straight for the doors, pausing only to snatch a serving of pudding from a nearby table. Outside, under the starry sky, he breathed deep of the cool night's air and savored the silence. Come, have at thee, for the glory of House Forton. The shouting seemed to be coming from the nearby gazebo, where Francel had hoped to eat his pudding in peace. He crept closer, unsure of what he would find. A silver-haired boy, twice his age, was swinging a wooden sword with reckless abandon, his bare chest glistening with sweat in the moonlight. What are you doing? Francel was surprised to find he had spoken. The older boy whirled about, briefly falling into a half-crouch. He blinked, then drew himself upon to his full height. What does it look like? I'm practicing! Oh, it's Tiny Hushapon! That's so cute. Francel was at a loss. His father had stressed the importance of the evening's festivities. But the party, shouldn't you be? The older boy snorted. The Countess forbade it. Father wanted me to come, but I told him I wasn't interested. It's just as well. What's good at night? Who can't fight? It was better when I didn't know. Trueborns, bastards, baseborns. The older boy simply stood there, hands resting on the pommel of his wooden sword, point planted in the earth. Francel suddenly remembered the pudding in his hands. Would you like to share? He said, proffering the sweetmeat with trepidation. Oh, Francel offered his pudding. Pochevant arched an eyebrow, then grinned. I would like that very much. They complimented each other rather well, so far as a fourth-born and a bastard could. Quiet and reserved, Francel's inclination was ever to bury himself in a book, but Hochefort was wont to appear without warning and spirit him away on some grand adventure. 6 years his senior, the older boy continued to pursue his study of swordplay, spurred ever onward by his dreams of knighthood. For we all must serve, each in our own way. Oh my gosh. Oh. In later years, Hochefont's impromptu visits grew more frequent, the more he grew to resemble his father. Francel came to recognize the signs. He would be along shortly. Muffled shouts from the manor, a door slamming shut, the patter of running feet across the cobbles. And there he was, huffing and puffing, eyes red and full of anger. I touched his shoulder and he'd remember where he was. Where shall we go today? I asked. Anywhere but here, he said. He shifted the saddles and kept his eyes firm fixed on the horizon. The trackers were off watering their chocobos. Leaving Francel alone with his father, he continued to speak. Many of your peers are avid falconers, you know, and with good cause. Not all bargains are struck over wine. Out here in the wild, astride a chocobo, men are more like to speak with a condor. To celebrate his 11th name day, his father had insisted they go hunting in the eastern lowlands. Father always had a way with gifts. Glancing at the trackers, Francel saw a shock of silver hair and smiled before returning his attention to the skies. One small concession at least. The black speck in the fading daylight and had begun to circle above the woods on the far shore of the clear water lake. He felt the Count squeeze his shoulder. You see, all you have to do is follow the falcon. He knows where to go. The Count paused, then turned to face him. He was born for this. As for you, the falcon's cry was a blessing. He's got something, Francel yelled, then dug his heels in and spurred his mount forward. He was dimly aware of his father shouting as he gripped the reins tighter and urged the chocobo on. If there's one thing Hochefort managed to teach me, it was how to run away. Francel grinned as he lowered his head and rode light in the saddle. His father's men would not catch him before he made it to the trees. When he was nearly upon them, a flock of pheasants burst from the underbush. Towards me, Francel reined his mount in, puzzled, and squinted into the gleam, only to feel sharp pain in his head, and then he was tumbling from his saddle, while the world went black around him. He awoke with a start to a dull throbbing at the base of his skull and the taste of blood and cotton. Moaning, he tried to reach up and feel his head, but found that he could not. Sawdust and hump. Oh, how it shot. Oi, the little lordling's awake. Gradually, the world came into focus and Francel found himself lying on the floor of a candlelit cabin. A woodcutter's shack, long abandoned and forgotten. The door on the far wall appeared to lead out into the night. but sat on the stool across from him was a balding man in boiled leather, with a nose which had been broken at least half a dozen times and teeth which had far still worse. The man leered. My mates were afeard I hit you too hard, but I told him blood schools are thicker than you think. A knob wooden club lays across his knees, an ugly misshapen thing, not unlike its owner. Francel tested his bonds once more, and the coarse rope bit into his wrist. He tried to speak through the gag. Quiet, boy, or I'll send your tongue back to the count before your fingers, the man growled. An empty threat. But how was I to know? Horrified, Francel pressed himself against the wall and stared at the bandit. He smiled, and was all the more terrifying for it. That's better. Now then. The door flew open and Venice rose to his feet and whirled about, club in hand, just in time to catch a glimpse of the silver-haired youth who burrowed into his chest, dashing him to the floor and driving the wind from his lungs. The bandit clawed at Haurchefant's face, spitting kisses as the youth fumbled his knife. Beyond, in the doorway, a man was laying flat on his back, staring into space, unblinking. Haurchefant groped blindly for the knife, found it, then drove it home between the large man's ribs, again and again, long after he had stopped moving. Oh, Haurchefant. He lay there for a time, face buried in the dead man's chest. The cabin was silent save for his labored breath, less a man and more a beast. His tunic dyed red, his hands trembling. Slowly, he pushed himself up and looked into Francel's eyes. It's over. They're dead, he whispered, leaning forward and pulling the wadded cloth from the boy's mouth. All of them? And men filled the doorway, an arrow knocked and drawn. You little shites, he roared, and the bowstring sang. I shut my eyes, but I heard it strike. Heard him howl, heard the pounding of the floorboards, heard them wrestling, two voices grunting, then one wheezing. When he opened his eyes, Francel saw Haurchefant kneeling next to a dead bandit. Right, now it's over. He rose to his feet, swaying slightly. A thin stream of blood trickled from the broken shaft embedded into his left forearm. He looked down and almost seemed surprised. Best not try that again without a shield, eh? Oh! Oh my god! He... No! The third one lived to tell the tale. Francel mused as he traced the sigil on the back to its shield, of how an untrained, unseasoned bastard of 17 summers saved a lordling with naught but his knife, until the silver fuller won his spurs. His fingers came to the hole. A knight lives to serve, to aid those in need, he managed, his voice trembling. Beyond the descending veil of white, the city rose to meet the day, as Francel, kneeling in the snow, smiled and wept. Oh. Wait. That was so sweet. What? Holy shit. Oh. It talks about how their friendships came to be. Oh my gosh. Oh. Haurchefant saved Francel so many times. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, my heart. I can't. Oh my gosh. God. This is... Oh my god. I love this story so much. Holy crap. Where's freaking Francel and Hoshafon? Ah! This is... I love Heavensward so much. Like, holy crap. The characters. Always gotta end on feels, huh? For real though. We ended with Thoughts Unspoken last stream, and we're ending with Vows Unbroken this stream. And in this story, you learn that Hoshafon has always been this freaking stupid self-sacrificing dummy. That, oh my gosh. Because he threw himself into danger to save Francel, and he also... Oh my gosh. I thought crying ended when we finished Endwalker. It never ends. The story is just so emotional, but I don't think it can end that quickly. The crying never ends, it really doesn't. Oh my gosh, we found a fusion. Kitari. Oh my gosh. Okay. And with that is the last story of the stream. Brandon, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Wonderland. I hope you enjoy your stay. We are going to find someone to drop you guys off so that I can go eat. Do, do, do. Your voice is so relaxing, cutie. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for the hair pass. Thank you. More eat time, you. Why not hair pass for the red? I appreciate it. I'm glad you're able to relax, honestly. It's nice to just wind down and just have a cozy stream, you know? It's great. Let's see who all is streaming in the Final Fantasy. I know Sarah is doing Eureka farms. Sevi's live? Yes, Sevi is live. I saw that too. He's playing WoW. I saw that and I was like, oh my god, wow. Okay, I've seen some people like sending their communities to Dada's Way, especially because it's like their debut, 2.0 debut, and also they are going through Endwalker. So, let's throw our support to them, and she is apparently going to try walking to the end. So let's throw supports at her for the upcoming emotional damage, you know? Sebi's still alive? Yeah, he is. So Girl, Sebi, Sarah Jane, they're all streaming right now. You're crying again? Okay, we'll prepare. We're prepared. Perfect, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to Wonderland. Hope you enjoy your stay. Alright. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed your stay. And I will see you guys later. Bye bye. Take care. To those of you who are going to sleep, I hope you have a lovely, wonderful night. Sleep well, sweet dreams. Don't let the bedbugs bite. And to those of you whose day's just started, I hope you have a lovely, wonderful day. Make sure to hydrate lots. And I hope you all have lots of yummy nom-noms. Alright? Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Star Bunny will be signing off now.